Hey guys, TechGeekHD here again with another video, and before I start I would just like to apologize. I am reading from a script that I wrote. This is the first scripted video that I've made in a really long time, and I just wanted it to come out right, so that's why I might be looking away from you guys a couple times during this video, but that's just because I'm reading what I've written. Anyway, so without any further ado, let's get straight on into the video. Now, I'm here today because I have my initial impressions of the Apple Watch. I'm going to start by telling you that I love watches. I collect watches. I have a couple watches in my collection. Now, I can't afford any of the high-end kinds, such as Lind, Werdelin, Audemars Piguet, or Hublot, which are some of my top brands. They're some of my favorite companies for watches. So it comes as no surprise that I was rather excited when Apple decided that they were going to be releasing a watch. Now, I tried out the original Pebble as well as the Moto 360 at one of my friends who had it connected to their Nexus 5, and I was really intrigued at the concept of a watch. But that got me thinking, is this really what the future of wearables is going to be? Now, the concept of a computer on your wrist has been around for a very long time, from sci-fi movies a couple of years ago to the reality that we see before us even today. But the concept of a smart watch, a watch with computational abilities, but tethered to your smartphone, didn't make too much sense to me. It doesn't really save you a considerable amount of time doing just about anything. In fact, you're most likely faster at texting on your phone. And replying to a message isn't a process that needs shortening in any way. It's legitimately as short as the time is required to process the information that you've received on a text message and think of a reasonable answer. Now, sure, the notifications are great, but are they really a couple $100,000 or a couple $1,000 in the case of an Apple Watch great? I personally think not. But if it's worth it to you, here's my look at the Apple Watch. I was able to try the watch and the watch Sport. Both are the same watches on the inside, with the differences being aesthetic and not functional in any way, as with the watch edition. Now, it feels absolutely amazing on your wrist. It's amazing the way they've designed it to be the perfect fit, look great, and feel amazing on your hand. It's insanely light was my first thought when I tried it on. It was interesting to feel a device this light on my wrist. Now, you can swap out the bands if you'd like to, and Apple sells them separately if you'd like to do so. I also wanted to throw in a quick word of appreciation for the digital crown, which is an interesting way to interact with a device that I probably wouldn't have thought of when Apple had first said smartwatch. When I first saw it at the initial keynote and on Apple's website ever so often when I'd visit, I kept thinking that this little protruding bit is going to annoy me on my wrist when I move it and on my hand. But as with other watches, it absolutely didn't. The thing was amazing. Now, as my friend Matt on YouTube describes it, it felt as though it was in some sort of oil. It was that smooth. And something mechanical being this smooth was absolutely amazing to me, because I hadn't even seen it on any of the watches that I personally own. Especially since this thing is more of a computer than a geared moving mechanical device enclosure, such as in a regular movement watch. Now, I like the Apple Watch. I love the way it looks, I love the way it feels, and it looks amazing to see people wearing it. It's an interestingly designed device. But here's my pet peeve. I feel like it's an unnecessary product, at least in Apple's portfolio. This is an accessory produced by a company known to create revolutions in the way that we use products, from the personal music player to when the iPad first came out. Now, when the iPad did actually first come out, it was questioned, but it quickly became Apple's second largest source of income, only second to the iPhone. But the Apple Watch doesn't seem to show the potential that the iPad did. Also, the edition. There are people who spend large amounts of money on premium luxury watches, and if I had the money, I would too, but not on the Apple Watch. Dropping up to $17,000 on a laggy device that's going to be out of date in a year just doesn't seem like a very good marketing campaign, in my opinion, Apple. Now, investing in premium luxury watches can be deemed alright by people who buy them, with enough money to spend on them, because they retain their value. Selling them a couple years down the line is going to be nothing short of a breeze. People want them, they're a little bit more affordable now, and you can obtain a premium luxury watch like a Rolex. But the $17,000 Apple Watch is going to be a cripple to the seller's peace of mind, and I doubt it's going to have any sort of a resale market, unlike the rest of Apple's product lineup does today. So that's it. That's my opinion on the Apple Watch. I'm not going to be buying it. I'm relatively broke and I don't really need it at the moment. But I do hope there will come a day in the next year or two when versions 2 or 3 of the Apple Watch, or the Apple Watch S, or the Apple Watch Plus, or the Apple Watch Air comes out. And then I'm going to be able to justify the purchase. Now, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little different from my normal ones. If you did, it would be absolutely amazing if you guys could like the video and subscribe for more. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.